faith-based community intervention to address menstrual discrimination in Bajura, Nepal. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Hi. I request you all to recall or remember the houses you live in. Does it have a door, a window, or an ample space to stand tall? Now, what if the houses you lived in looked like this? Or this? How would knowing that you must stay for a few consecutive days each month in these huts, which are sometimes poorly ventilated, sometimes entirely open, or sometimes you have to share the space with animals, make you feel? This is the lived reality of women and girls in Bajura, Nepal. They are made to stay in these menstrual huts or cattle sheds because of the sole fact that they menstruate. They are prohibited from touching people, animal, and food. If you touch them, they will die or fall sick. Plants will not grow. And several other restrictions follow. For example, you cannot go to school. Why? Because you cannot touch the book. Book is Lord Saraswati. You cannot touch god or goddesses when you are on your period. The cow is holy animal, so milk is forbidden to be drunk. You will make the entire house dirty if you stay in it. And so on. They are banned from their own houses. This practice of social exclusion or a form of menstrual discrimination is called chaupadi. Each time menstruators menstruate, they are sent to these menstrual huts. It starts with menarche, continues on regular periods, and even during childbirth. In these huts, they are at risk of physical attacks, sexual assaults, snake bites, and many more. The other problem is that these practices are carried out in remotest area of Nepal, almost 800 kilometers away from the city. The difficult terrain makes it hard for women to access sanitary products. It's a challenge for menstrual health management. They use alternatives which are not safe, unhygienic, and hence are exposed to health risks. Their human rights are violated. The rights violated include rights to equality, health, education, food, housing, dignity, religion, freedom, environment, and social justice. It is not like there are no legal provisions to protect them. There are many, including the court's decision of 2005, 2008 directives, 2017 criminalization, and several other local legal reforms. Yet, due to the deep-rooted social norms and traditions, menstruating women are believed to be impure and untouchable. This practice persists. Patriarchy exacerbates this, and women sustain it by following and enforcing it, because it has become a norm to them. Legal reforms are not enough to eradicate chaupadi. Hence, the intervention breaking the cycle. This project is based on existing module of Nepal Direct, the implementing organization. It draws inspiration from Dulari, a comprehensive sexual and reproductive health rights training handbook, and our previous fellow Sana's project titled Period Fellowship. It is grounded in theories of gender and development, Kabir's concept of empowerment, rights-based approach to define violations and emphasizing accountability, and finally, behavior change communication, which identifies how knowledge, attitudes, social norms, and practices can shift contextually. The project has two phases. Phase 1 is one-day awareness relief and menstrual hygiene program. This will be conducted for 300 women in Bajura, Nepal. Participants will receive an awareness session on menstruation as a biological process, menstrual health management. They will be given hygiene kit that includes reusable underwear and pads that will last them 24 cycles. And they will also receive instructions on how to use the kit and manage the kit. Phase 2 is a 4-day women's rights and training of trainers program for 30 women, particularly social mobilizers and nurses. Who are social mobilizers? They are community-based change agents who engage, educate, and empower local populations to adopt positive behaviors and act on shared goals. We had champions from Tanzania, AI educators in Pakistan. Now we have community leaders in Bajura. It will take place in Budiganga municipality. It is a capacity building and skills development program. Includes awareness session for menstruators about the rights violated, reusable pad making session, and collectively debunking myths and taboos. They will be trained to train other women and people in their society, will be called community leaders, and further replicate the 4 days women rights program in their own communities. Since the targeted beneficiaries are mainly mothers who pass down norms and beliefs to their younger ones, the project aims to empower these women to shift practices and norms surrounding chaupadi, and also to facilitate access to menstrual products and to build sustainable ways to maintain this access. It aims to encourage collective action to challenge and reduce chaupadi, and ultimately to achieve gender equality in the long run. Wrapping up, chaupadi is a harmful practice that persists despite legal reforms, which are insufficient because it is socially ingrained and requires behavioral change at the individual and communal levels. Likewise, remoteness of Bajura makes it difficult for women to manage their periods. Hence the project, Breaking the Cycle, a rights-based community intervention to address menstrual discrimination in Bajura, Nepal. Through awareness, empowerment, and skills development, it encourages collective action to shift and challenge norms around chaupadi and facilitate sustainable access to sanitary products. Questions? Thank you, Jojo, for that question. There has been interventions, in fact, quite a lot, and police authorities come and destroy these huts, and there has been news around, how the menstrual huts have been destroyed. But as soon as that has been done, there has also been instances of people rebuilding it. So it's more about how, deeply internalized it is, that they do not adhere to the legal reforms, and until and unless it occurs to them and they start shifting practices within, the police authorities also don't do that, because they are like, how many times should we go to destroy these huts? It's not once or twice. We go, destroy, and then they are rebuilt again.
Saniya, so all of these families are led by males, and I wanted to understand your experience of dealing with men and the roles that they could play. So could you just speak to that?
Yeah, thank you so much, Silly. In my previous experiences, all the local stakeholders for whom I've approached is mostly like men, and the local leaders, and the mayors and sub-mayors are also mayors. So it's through them we can conduct these sessions, and whenever there's this, some incentives that they get, and I'm being very honest with you, like if they, if we let them know that by doing these actions, you might get political votes in the next round, or there's some financial incentives that your women can bring in through these programs because we'll provide stipends, then they are more likely to, become involved in this project. So in that way, you can pull them in.
Yeah, so I remember you were talking about judicial intervention somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was there any case in Nepal in the context of where the judiciary made intervention in the context of places of worship, like temples or where there were such kind of restrictions?
No, not exactly in the, not particularly for the case of the temple, but with regards to how women were treated and banned. So that's why there was a case filed in 2005, and from that case, it was banned, leading to the 2008 directives, which which further requested governments to stop this practice, but it hasn't really worked.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you so much. Since everyone was super efficient and on time, we bought ourselves a few extra minutes for a coffee break, but we'll be back here at 2:30. Thanks.